First down and 10. First play of the second half. The veteran Hill. Oh, they come at him with Barrington. He was a runaway freight train right at the quarterback. Second sack registered by Green Bay.
Really a nice play here by Barrington. The back is late to pick up, and he does a nice job. Call a green dog. He actually had the back in coverage, and when he saw that the back was indecisive.
Sticker.
Man, shout out. Welcome back. It's your boy Boat back with BoatTalk. You know how it is. I appreciate y'all. I always gotta let y'all know when I'm coming through. But it's been a little minute. But I got a special gift for y'all today, especially my football fans.
Yeah.
How you doing, my boys? Let the people know what's going on. Y'all know what this is. If you don't know, you're tripping if you don't know, man. Let the people know who you is, man.
What's up, man? My name is Sam Barrington, Terry Parker High School graduate, Cuckoo Park, Fort Caroline High School. Jacksonville native. Still wear it on my sleeve, irregardless of wherever I go. I'm happy to be back home briefly, but obviously really support what you're doing.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
I had some time in the schedule, and I said I'm gonna give it to my dog.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I feel like it's a blessing coming down, man. I really do appreciate it. I really do. So we're gonna go ahead and chop into it, man. Let me get I've been waiting to interview for a long time, actually, man. You actually my only closest, I would say probably the closest friend I know that actually made it from, Jacksonville and actually went pro and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you feel like, how you feel like, how does it feel like finally being able to make it out of, the so-and-so crap? Like, how does it feel to make it out of Jacksonville?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm 34 years old. I just turned 34 2 weeks ago, right? And so if I split my life down the middle, around 17 is when I started really embracing the reality that it was time for me to get ready to get up out of Duval or whatever the case may be. So this second part of my life, it's really I've been out of Duval as long as I was really in Duval. So I don't really, think about it like that no more. You know what I mean? I don't really think about it like that no more. I went to Africa for the first time when I was 14. A lot of folks don't know, but
Oh, for real?
yeah, that's where my dad from.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you know what? I don't know why I feel like I kind of knew that from back then.
Yeah.
I think I kind of knew that from back then from a long time ago.
Yeah. Nah, so people jokingly say that, like, I knew you was from Africa because your mom had all them kids, but my dad from Africa, so I be in Ghana all the time. And I can really say, like, when I take a look at, some of the things that I like about myself or some of the things that have really contributed to my mindset, you know, my outlook on life and my perspective. It's been the opportunity to explore and see the world. You know what I mean? Like when I went to China for the first time last year, and I was always a little bit apprehensive about going to China because you know, shit you see on TV.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I was hearing negative notions about Americans on that side over that way. So.
Nah, bro, go.
Really?
Go.
Okay.
No cap. I mean, it ain't really been a place in the world that I don't went to, negative connotation or not, that, you know, I ain't enjoyed myself or learned a substantial amount of things from.
Okay.
You know, people be scared to go to Africa, but, you know, it's blessed.
I always wanted to be busy Africa, especially Cape Town. That's why I really want to
Yeah, it's blessing.
Cape
There's
Town.
business opportunities, opportunity to learn, opportunity to expand your horizon. You know, I went to China, and now I'm doing business in China. I got vendors coming out of China, you know, providing stuff for me. So
I love that for you.
So if anything, shit, get up out the city, not to leave the city behind, because, you know, I still got family, friends here, business that I do here. But, you know, you got to explore your horizon. I don't care if you lived in Houston or Atlanta. You still need to get up outside of your hometown so you can really see what's out there.
I agree with you. I ended up just moved back to Jacksonville probably a year ago. So I was living down in Miami for a while. So being down there, being connected, it's different types of connection. Like you said, grasping that idea of something bigger than your city.
Yeah.
Like outside of what you got going on. Some of the best people I done met, like I said, during that transition, put me in money, like transition, or put me in a better position. Like, okay, let me tell you how to do this. Let me show you how to do this. And like I said, some of that stuff, not to say I couldn't have learned it in Jacksonville, but because the market is a lot different in other cities. Like, I can't teach you how to do something that's not even going on in your own city. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with you.
I get different vibes in different cities. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I stay out of Miami because that vibe, you know, you can't sustain that vibe too long.
At all.
You know,
I did 3 years and then I had to hang it on. So it's tough now.
When I go to Atlanta, I'm looking for a certain vibe. Same thing in Houston. You know, same thing with DC or LA. So. Stamp that passport, you know, build them sky miles and get up out of here and go travel.
Now, what do you feel was probably like the hardest part of making that out of Jacksonville? Especially when you got some of these young, like high school superstars coming out, like from now, because like I was just telling somebody this, I feel like Jacksonville now, when it comes to like football, it's a lot bigger. Like you had to be I feel like back then, like you were one of a kind. That's how you stood out. And like now it's like you got a lot more like athletic, like kids who really can play now.
Well, I mean, amateur sports have changed, you know, overall, right? Primarily because now young people can get compensated for their ability, for their on the field ability, you know, for their brand.
That's you know, boy, because they owe you a little something, don't they?
Shit, I'm getting it on the back end. You know what I mean? I'm getting it on the back end, but no, for real. You know, it was changed, but I'm gonna throw this in there. A lot of people be sleep on Terry Parker, but you got to think at one point in time we had 4 NFL players enrolled at Terry Parker at one time.
That is definitely true.
Myself,
that's definitely
AJ Jenkins went to Illinois. Antoine Blake, who actually left Parker, moved to Houston, went to UTEP and played in the league 7 or 8 years. And then Ricardo Matthews played for the Colts, went to Cincinnati. You know what I mean? So
you ain't lying.
Parker had talent. Yeah, we wasn't, you know, our record ain't, you know, always say that. But truth be told, when you look at that short span of time, 4 guys played in the league, went to Parker at that time.
Yeah.
And people also be thinking that since Parker on the south side, no, Parker off the chain.
Yeah.
Parker off the chain.
I'll probably say, even though I ended up going to Lewis, I'll probably say I didn't want to leave Terry Parker as far as football.
Yeah.
I was too dedicated. I'm talking about, I remember even I don't know if you remember, but I ended up breaking my wrist jumping the gate.
I remember. Yeah.
So I remember. And it's so crazy because I remember just like, even during that time, just even with a broke arm, just like, I want to go practice. I still want to go to weight training. Like, y'all, like the team being around y'all, it was just a different vibe. When I got to Wilson, like, it was cool, but it was more, it wasn't. It wasn't the same. It wasn't really the same. I love playing ball at Wilson, but I probably feel like I said, coming into it, even I remember being in Parker my first year, just even the upperclassmen, like
the boys
hanging with us, like the JV, like going to play ball, like giving us that insight, like hanging out with it. Like I didn't get that vibe at Wilson. It was more like upperclassmen, upperclassmen, and then the lower classmen bow with the lower classmen.
I can't diss Wilson. You know, I never lost to him in high school.
You know what?
I never lost. We beat
you know what? You know what's so crazy? I was just just talking about that homecoming with somebody. And I was like, yeah, I'm interviewing Sam Barrington, my dog. He played linebacker during that time. Shout out my boy John Sicker, but he was like, man, I still having nightmares when you.
Yeah, we took care of that. Yeah. Nah, but I can't diss Wilson. You know, Parker always had athletes.
Yeah.
Truth be told, probably some of the best in the city, but that Arlington off the chain. You know, it ain't as pronounced as the east side or the north side.
Right.
But Arlington was off chain, and you know, so to go back to your original question, hardest part, you know, it's just staying out of bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm digesting more of this as I'm an adult, and I have a family. I got a 15-year-old daughter. You know, she getting college letters. She a sophomore in high school.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
And so I'm starting to look back on where I was at that stage in my life, and me and my homeboys were getting shot at when I was a junior.
Yeah, real. That's
you know what I mean? We were fighting all the time.
I'm trying to tell you.
Now these just fighting. They ain't, you know, they ain't making it home, right? So with that being,
we were getting a fight and we fight it out, but we going home.
Nah, we were getting shot at back then. You know what I mean?
It was a lot. I feel like back then it was like, even though we were, it was just.
They were shooting to scare you. They weren't.
Yeah, it wasn't like point blank at the school, at your mama. Like, we ain't deal with that, man. That's what we saw on TV, like, as what portrayed of what that game thing was. But like now,
it's
you know, we older now, so it's kind of like a lot of that. They even chilled out. They ain't like saying kids. We got stuff to live for. These kids don't got nothing to live for.
Nah, these just they ready to take you up out of there and put you on a t-shirt. You know what I mean?
For no reason.
But the other thing is, like, you know, when we was listening to music, I think we was listening to it to have a great time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nothing by, you know, when rappers was rapping, I was listening to the music and I was emulating it a little bit. But as far as when it come to girls and money and stuff like that, but we wasn't. The music we was listening to wasn't as much.
I remember walking around the park
back then.
I remember walking around the park and bumping Jeezy 101. Like,
it
wasn't none of that.
It was Bootsy and Webbie.
I want the Jacob, you know, Jacob go tip. And I wanted that, so I didn't have a desire to be like, all right, I want to go off of it.
And then Pretty Ricky calmed us down too. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So we really had a balance. These just really don't got no balance. It's crazy. They really don't have a balance.
Yeah, we were going to parties, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Get behind something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was different.
Roll on the floor doing top moves. You know what I'm saying?
Flies get you wet. Yeah, that's what we was on.
That was our thing. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I want to say definitely, like, when it come to like trying to make it out, just Jacksonville, period, dog.
Yeah.
Like you said, I agree with you. It goes with like just cutting the bullshit, minimizing the bullshit, like, and also like try to put yourself around the right people. Because even at a certain age, right there, you really kind of like your notation of who is the right people at 18 is not the same as notation who's the right people at 33. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like when you got a certain gift, especially, and that's a good thing too. I love like when you got a gift at a certain young age, the right people can gravitate to you.
Yeah.
The right people can see the spirit in you and be like, he might not got it all together, but he going somewhere. And he got it. I'm pretty sure that's like you. Was like, damn, Sam wild, but you know what? Sam going somewhere. He got dreams. He got things he want to do.
No, Kizzy, I wasn't really off the chain like that.
Yeah, you never were. You really was chill. You always been a chill dude.
Nah,
you always been chill.
I never really been off the chain.
Never heard your name or nothing.
It was dude, like, you know, it was a football team beefing with some other cats, and truthfully, it was all child's play, but it was just boys being boys. You know, you look at history, you know, every guy who grew up in the neighborhood around, you know, 20 other guys, he gonna tell you, hey man, we had beef with the kids on the other side of the neighborhood territory, or somebody was liking somebody's girlfriend. But nothing that when I left Duval, I still carried in my heart. And hell, I see some of them dudes now, shoot them a message on Facebook I see you, boy.
It's so funny to see some of the dudes we beef with. And then it's like, when I see, what's up, boy, you good?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, that shit.
I'm like, boy, your kids look
And it's
beautiful.
so crazy that I hate that for the young dudes, because it's not like, man, y'all crashing out. You killing this man, he lost his life. Your life gone too. And I promise you, at 33, you're gonna be like, what the hell was I beefing with him about?
Bro, let me tell you, bro.
What was I beefing with him about?
When I was in college, I went to jail for driving with a bad license. My nigga, I got in there, bro. I was in there judge threw me in there for like 3 days in the middle of football camp.
That's crazy.
And bro, I was in there, bro. There ain't no way some of these jets gonna go in there and survive, let alone, you know, a year, let alone 10, 15,
I'm
20.
telling you. I'm telling you.
So
I'm thinking even mental, not even just mentally, even physically. Like,
they need to bring back that beyond scared straight shit. Them just, but you know what? They glorify it now.
they glorify. And I was going to say
Unfortunately,
that.
they think that's how they get their stripes. Because let me tell you,
Facts.
they don't see enough Sam Barringtons, boat rights getting out of the city and getting their stripes other ways.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It was plenty times when I was young, whether it was high school, early in high school or early in college, very early in college. I had lame associated with me, but it was lame, but you wasn't gonna try me.
Facts.
It was more, Sam might be lame because niggas didn't understand the direction I was on.
Facts.
You see, I got this hat on, USF, that's where I went to school. Mind you, I had 45 college offers. I could have went anywhere. I could have went Florida, Bama. I could have went USC. I could have went anywhere. I had a kid a week after I started college. You do the math, I've been out of high school 16 years, my baby 15.
Yeah.
So that was one. Also, USF was number 2 in the country the year before. Then the signing class we was bringing in, we had 2 5-stars, Jason Pierre-Paul, Jaquan Williams, Kayvon Webster. Then they told me, they say Sam's, they told me I was gonna start year 1. Miami wanted me to sit behind Sean Spence. I wasn't finna go all the way up to Illinois. That's where Eric Watts was going. Ryan Langford, AJ went up there, Pat Nixon.
They all definitely went up there.
Yeah, all them boys went up there. I wasn't finna go to Illinois. I didn't
realize they had recruited all y'all like that. Like,
because Ron Zook was up
he
there.
came and did some heavy recruiting in Jacksonville.
Yeah. And so Clemson, I ain't feel it. So USF was really the place that I went and it felt like home. It was only 3.5 hours away, and at the time, family got property in Orlando, so it just felt right. And then they told me, like, we're gonna start you from, when you get here. I started all 4 years. To date, my company probably completed just over $1 million in projects at USF.
That's amazing.
I sit on the board there. I've been calling the games for 5 years. So I chose USF. I had a little discernment as a young dude, and I always look 15 years in front of me. You know what I mean? I'm always looking like, what else is gonna be? I wasn't just going there just to play ball,
I like that, because it seems like now you're so involved with how they move, like the football relations, all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you were loyal to us and now we loyal to you. I love that.
Yeah, but it's not even really about loyalty. It's an exchange of value.
Value, that's real.
Yeah, because loyalty stop at the checkbook.
I like that.
I'm around.
Zone in on that one more time. We have to cut that one out. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, say that again for the people out there, man.
Loyalty stop at the checkbook.
Real shit. I like that.
Because really, everything in life, in my opinion, and I'm not saying that I don't value non-transactional relationships, but majority of the time, everything is transactional. So I'm around USF at the capacity I am, not just because of loyalty, because there's a lot of other dudes they owe loyalty to, too. I'm there because I'm bringing them value, and the university adds value to my life. And so when I look at any business relationship or friendship or whatever the case may be, it have to be that at this stage in my life. Because the only place I'm gonna go and not really expect nothing from is home to my jits, and to my mama, to my dad, right? Yeah. But pretty much everybody else is like, what's the exchange of value? You know what I mean? Maybe, okay, I'm pouring into you and maybe you pouring into, it has to be something.
Some type of value,
It has to be something or I can't really.
I'm big on like ETP. Every time he always says like, what is mutual will cease to exist.
Say that again?
Whatever is mutual will cease to exist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was saying like, he preaches that like, if I give you something, you got to give me something. It's not always a money thing. It could be anything. Like, or I got connections and you got connections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and then you got to learn where you anointed at too. You got to learn where God blessed you at too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because whole time you thinking somebody keeping you around for this, they really keeping you around for something else and they sucking your energy up out you. Now when it's time for you to go take care of your own shit, you ain't got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so once I learned, what my gift was or what made me special, then I was able to be a little bit more intentional about the relationships that I uphold and I keep.
Sure.
I also don't really expect much out of people. You know what I mean? If you play with me, then I'm gonna...
Yeah.
My policy is I'm gonna just cut you off. I don't really even got time to be trying to...
Spaz and
I ain't got time for that. I don't even be raising my voice no more. You know what I mean?
That's real.
So with that being said, you know, it's just about everybody having their own formula of life.
Now, let me ask you this. Because I know you didn't go high in the draft, but how was draft day just period? Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like, because I mean, you can never take away from that moment, but do you feel like it is a different feeling of having to go be in the stage when they do it than versus being home? Because I always talk to people, like, what you think is better? I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I would love to walk the stage, but
Yeah.
being around your family is a whole nother ball game.
Yeah. So I got drafted in the 7th round, but I told you I went to jail once, but I went to jail 3 times, all the same reason. Driving with suspended license.
And that's one thing he might have took from Duval, y'all. That's one thing we deal with. That's one thing. If you a Duval, your L's been bad. Because I trust me, mine good now. So
truthfully, bro, all it was, dog, is just, you know, still learning how to take care of your priorities. And then,
fast.
you know, my mom, after I graduated high school, my mom had moved. And so my mail was going to an old address.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know my license was suspended.
You don't even know sometimes. Half that stuff you find out later.
And then I'm sending bread back home for my jet, spending bread on my girlfriend at the time.
You ain't even.
You know, and so that was that. Then when it was time for me to get drafted, that was one of the things I was fighting against. It's not like I was a 1st, 2nd round guy. I was probably a 3rd through 5th round guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably real case scenario, 4th round. Cowboys actually called me in the 4th round. They was like, Sam, we're gonna pick you with our next pick. And then they ain't picked me, so I was like, okay. They set the stage for how I see, you know what I mean, trusting people or whatever case may be in the NFL. But it was beautiful. You know, I think it's all contingent on each player's situation. So it's only about 30 guys who actually, I'm sorry, I think 40 guys who actually get invited. You know what I mean? Because you're right. Some people, if you're from a bigger community and you got bigger, you know, a lot of people supporting you, you're gonna want to do it at the crib. Versus some guys, you're a top 10 guy, you gotta go. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is there's some guys who are slated to go, you know, bottom 1st round, early 2nd round. And so they don't go because they don't want to be sitting in the green room because it feels a little bit embarrassing.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Who was that? It was Geno Smith. I don't know if you remember Geno Smith back in the 13 draft. He went to the draft. Everybody was expecting him to get drafted.
I do remember that.
Yeah, he ain't go to year 2. I mean, he ain't go to round 2. So with that being said, I think it's, you know, we got agents and shit like that advise us on how to handle that. In 2016, because I was Green Bay's winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, I actually had an opportunity to go to Chicago and announce the draft pick. And so that was dope. You know what I mean? It was dope. I took my little brother, Kwame.
Oh, you know, dang, how we doing?
He good, man.
Good.
And I'm telling you, you know, God give you friends and, you know, soldiers. And I'm telling you, he a one-on-one. I ain't just saying that shit because he my brother. Like, solid dude, smart, consistent, hard-working. And so the business I run, I got my brothers who work in the business too. You know what I mean? So we all can, you know, eat and they ain't got to answer.
I like that.
Else.
You know, we were speaking on like with the draft thing. I love how the narrative, a lot of it is changing now because a lot of these boys will be top 5 and still go be at the crib. You know, kind of knocking that narrative like, oh, you gotta be there. Like, that's right there. And I love when they go top and they around family.
At the crib.
Losing it. Like, I always feel like, it couldn't get no better walking on that stage, but it definitely gotta be when your family hear your name, even if like, whatever round, just being around that family and then, you know what I'm saying? I love that feeling too. So I would have preferred, it would have been something like that versus the whole say, you know, because I got 2 boys that play ball. So, you know, I was dreaming about what they want to do, but I'm like, you know, if they didn't want to go or they, you know, they would prefer to be home, I would love that too. You know I would love that too. So I like how you change it, like you were saying, like, you know, it's only some of us that get it, that go anyway, but I like how you said, like, they prepare you for, okay, in advance, all right, if you already kind of need to be there.
And plus the other thing is this, let's say the draft in Miami, right? Before you, if you that dude, you know what I mean? Like what we seeing with Travis Hunter. Before he even get his name called on draft day, he probably can make $250,000 in Miami. Doing an appearance at the Trump Towers, doing an appearance at the Hard Rock, doing an appearance with Mercedes-Benz. 50 here, 30 there, 100 there, you know? So that's the other thing to take into consideration, you know, how much of a bag they missing if they don't actually go to the host city.
Yeah, if they don't.
Yeah, I'm not
I
saying
didn't know that. I didn't even know
Yeah.
why they there. You still working and everything like that. So I
Yeah,
didn't think about that.
every big brand in the city gonna want to have the top draft pick come eat at their restaurant.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
Yeah, before your name even get called.
Like imagine the draft here in Duval, Calford Chop House right down there on what's that on Main Street?
Yep.
Or,
Mhm.
Yeah, Calford Chop House. If I'm the owner of Calford Chop House, I'm a big UM fan, and you think I ain't gonna have their quarterback come there for an autograph signing for 25 bands?
Facts.
One night of revenue?
I ain't never seen it like that.
Yeah. So
I ain't even see it like that.
yeah.
I like that. Now, how's the Packer life? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You done got drafted.
Yeah.
You in Green Bay. Like, how was that like? How was it like walking in, seeing some of the top? Because you were there when Aaron Rodgers, right? Quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, then Brett was Brett.
No, Brett
already left. Yeah,
Brett was done.
So it was like you seeing the good young prime age during that time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like everybody we talking about. None of them.
I can name them. So offense, we had Aaron Rodgers, Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson. My second year was Devontae Adams, rookie year. Then we had Eddie Lacy, James Starks, Jermichael Finley, all on offense. James Jones.
We had the line with the Packers that year.
And then defense, we had myself, Clay Matthews.
How was it like? Now that's all I always want to ask you. How is it like playing next to Clay? Man, that's already an animal.
Yeah, ask Clay how it was playing next to me. Let me not cap.
Yeah.
Clay was an exceptional athlete.
Yeah.
Exceptional ball player, generational type of player. Good dude, you know what I mean? Very hardworking. Understood the game in a way that a lot of guys just don't understand the game.
Yeah.
Can capture the game, can change the game. But I threw that out there because our gameplay was complementary. So when I took the starting lineup, that's when they took Clay from outside and put him inside with me.
Okay.
So we had to become relatively close, and we had to play alongside each other, and we did that for 2 years. You know what I mean? And so at that point, that's when the Packers defense was one of the defense that you couldn't really fuck with.
No, I remember.
Because you got two guys, 245 pounds,
that.
255 pounds, who coming downhill and who can run.
Yeah.
So it was a hell of an experience.
Now, if you had to pick somebody, I'm gonna say on the Packers, I'm sorry,
Period.
the league period that was we all got our own favorite players outside, but I mean like when you stepped into it, watching this person
it's easy. It's easy. I don't even need to. I played with a lot of guys, dog. I saw Aaron Rodgers, and then when I left there, I saw Alex Smith, and then when I left there, I saw Drew Brees. I was able to see all three of them.
Yeah.
My year in Kansas City was Tyreek Hill rookie year. Me and Travis Kelce got the same birthday, so we used to kick it. We stayed in the same building. There was nobody I ever saw impact the game and who could get a whole entire stadium off their feet than Eric Berry. It give me chills even talking about it.
Dang, I almost forgot about Eric
You got to think, everybody talk about Seattle and how loud it is there. Arrowhead Stadium, it don't get no louder than Arrowhead. And the thing is Dawg came back from having cancer the year before.
Yeah.
And so to be there game one and to see him, think about who was on that.
So you were there, you played the game when he came back.
The year after.
Oh, man, that's crazy. I know that was big.
Bro, it was unbelievable. You know what I mean? Because he had this interest. He'd walk in the stadium backwards and just kind of skip out, and then he'd turn around. That shit was crazy.
Dang, they went
It was crazy. Eric Berry, Eric Berry. Other guys who are really good. I mean, seeing Tyreek in his rookie year, seeing how fast he was and what you knew he was going to become.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful thing. I mean, seeing Devontae Adams young and seeing what he's turned into, that was beautiful. Crazy. Best player I ever played with, hands down, Aaron Rodgers. 3-1 touchdown.
He's a bad man, and you got to see it up close, so I know it's true.
Yeah, shit, I picked him off in practice, I think at least twice.
Now, let me say,
so I took them balls with me.
Who's out of everybody you that landed a hit on your favorite?
Landed a hit on me?
No, you landed a hit on them.
Oh.
And you couldn't wait for it. I've been waiting since probably a kid.
Tom Brady.
I love that picture. I love that picture.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite pictures of you, for sure.
Yeah, Tom Brady. It was Tom Brady because, you get to tackle an all-time great for one.
Yeah.
And he just jumped up. He was like, good hit. But whole game, physical encounter the entire game, Marshawn Lynch.
Mm.
You know, because your game, you really got to be on your shit to play against him. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people think, oh, he big. You get this whole beast mode thought process. You think he gonna run you over, but he real shifty. And so the level of technique and balance that you got to have to tackle Marshawn Lynch in open field one-on-one, it's not anybody can do it. You know what I mean? And so, shit, after the game, he came up to me and, you know, told me he respect me. So, truthfully, like, you know, that was one of them affirmation type of validation moments, you know, because, you know, and it's not like we was walking towards each other. I was walking.
Yeah, again, found you.
And he came and found me. So, that was beautiful. Yeah. You know?
I love that, man. I absolutely love that, man.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, Sam, it's time to catch a Goliath grouper.
Hey, bring that on my smash.
There we go. Look at that, guys. That's a big fish. Woohoo!
Yeah, when you compare that to a shark, it didn't have as much stamina as a shark, but the power was way more intense than a shark, I promise you. But that was fun. That was fun.
I love just seeing you, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been telling people have these things where they like, oh, I ain't making it. I don't care about nobody else making it, dog. When I tell you, man, just been watching you from like day one, knowing like, you know, your grind ethic and how much you put into it for real, seeing that play out for you, man, that was a beautiful thing, man. Like,
no, I appreciate it.
I love that even. They probably know that. I love that. I tell people, everybody, you the only person in the world that got me wanting to go catch a Goliath grouper. When you end up coming, like we was driving, you know, doing that, man, I'm like, man, I got to go out there and wheel that thing. But now looking at you, I'm like, well, I don't know. I might be there a couple hours when I'm down there. But this even watching you, man, no BS, but just watching you come from Parker, do your thing. Man, it was just amazing to see, man. It was amazing. It was a blessing to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, watch you grow into what you was doing, man, for real.
Yeah.
Man. It was amazing blessing.
I appreciate it,
It really was. Now, let me ask you a little bit about this. So I'm going to ask you this real quick. How you feel about, a little personal, how you feel about, like the whole CTE thing? Like, what's your take on that? Like, you know, me being a nurse, you know, I tap into that field when it comes to healthcare, really learning, even because it wasn't even to I forgot what year that Will Smith dropped the movie, where you really like paid attention to it. So like, what's your take? Like, do you feel like that's some of the stuff you deal with, or do you feel like what's your major take on it? Like,
well, first, you know, my heart goes out to all the former players who are affected by it.
Yeah.
Because it's a ton of guys who are no longer here with us, who've been affected by it. Then there's a ton of guys who are walking and dealing with it on a daily. I have to stand in front of the mirror and look myself in the eyes and be like, this you? You know what I mean?
That's real.
Because I was such a physical player, you know. Physicality was like what made me a good player.
Yeah.
And so I banged a lot, you know, and so I have to wake up daily and just ask myself, am I okay?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it'll sneak up on you and you don't really know that, you know, you have some type of mental imbalance that affects your day-to-day living.
Yeah.
You know, beyond that, there's a ton of resources out here for former players. And so I'm always, you know, advocating for former players and talking to them about the importance of diving into those resources to help you, you know, navigate life as it is now. But obviously it is real. I got all girls, but if I had sons, I'd let my sons play ball, right? Because, and I think, you know, that's just a personal choice.
Yeah.
Shit, you can get CTE playing basketball. You can get CTE in the military.
Yeah, I was in the
boxing.
Car accident.
Car accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if my sons choose to play football, I'm gonna let them play ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that mindset, because coming from you that's dealt with it, been in it, players with it, to still say, I would feel confident enough to still let my child play. Like, that gives me a little bit more confidence. Because a lot of people come to me like, no, I didn't play at that level, so I don't know to the magnitude of what it is. You know, other than, and I was great. I really wanted to ask you that question morely because of how much people who are outside of the NFL joke about it. Like, how much we joke and play around with it when it's something that you
Yeah, it's
permanently really
funny
deal with.
until I'm joking about how broke somebody is, or that you drive an ugly ass car, or you know what I mean, or you've been working at the same place for 10 years or some shit.
Yeah, right.
That shit ain't funny.
It ain't funny then. Yeah, fact. No,
You know what I mean?
it ain't funny then.
But truth be told, folks really out here dealing with issues, dog. You
real.
know what I mean? I got an event later, and I'll tell you this, bro. I have to check on some of my dogs monthly, weekly, daily sometimes, just to make sure they straight. You'll see a ball player and it's like, dude 37 and he dead, or they found him dead. And it's like, so there's a brotherhood to it. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of young NFL that's dying these days.
Yeah,
it's
and
true.
it's just because, bro, it's like not everybody is blessed to transition to such a healthy place. So when I think about my why and all the things that are important to me, advocating for former players and helping them find their careers after their playing days are over is also very important. That's what this shirt is, a pro athlete community.
Gotcha.
You know, so I'm partnering with this company, you know, to help players find careers in the construction industry, because that's the industry that I found a home in. And, you know, workforce development is very important. And we need more people who, you know, want to work in the industry and earn a decent living for themselves. So, you know, CTE is very important. It's very real. And I think we live in a world where a joke can be made out of anything. But it's some people that, you know, you know, they really dealing with it. So
it's real. Well, my boy, we're gonna wrap it on up, man. I know my boy is a very busy man. I know you got some things you gotta do, man. I just want to say, man, I really appreciate you being able to bless me with this, man.
For sure.
With the insight, it's been amazing, man. It's probably one of my best interviews. Just
Yeah.
getting somebody to interview something outside of a life. Like, I love interviewing people that are outside of my life. You know what I'm saying? To get a crack, and I want to ask the right questions, because I mean, I know the money is there. I know the part. I know all of that. I want to know the other part, like stuff like you said, how to make it out, or like you said, dealing with the CTA, like from a personal player, not a joke standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, though. I really do appreciate you coming in, man. It major love. I'm gonna end it like this, but you know, what's next for Sam, man? What's next, man? Give the people, you know, what you got going on, and what's coming up for you.
So, you know how they always say, well, I won't say they always say, but oftentimes people say, like, you know, your dreams should scare you, or sometimes, you know, you just got to dream big, or whatever the case may be. So I'm one of those people. I dream very big, you know. You know, you aim for the moon. If you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. So that's my mindset. That's why I'm always busy. You know, that's why I'm always really, you know, trying to get to it. And it's just not like unorganized work. Everything I do, I try to make sure it aligns with another thing that I'm doing. I try to make sure it's synergetic, you know, and I try to make sure that it's something that can happen in a progressive manner. And I think a lot of people should just embrace the whole idea of, if you have something that's important to you, or if you have something that you care about, or that you want to see come to fruition, the most important thing you can do is start. Now, the thing is, a lot of people will start, but then they don't really have a plan. If you want to start a business, or if you have a business and you don't have a business plan, then you shouldn't really even have a business. You know what I mean? It's like you going to a doctor and the doctor be like, "What's wrong with you?" You tell him something, X, Y, and Z. He be like, "Shit, well, we just gonna try this shit." No, they have plans. They have research that supports.
But my medical people, is really called a plan of care. That's
plan of care.
That's the word for it. And it's really when they have an outline of, and there's a lot of people, like you said, and I love the analogy, because I'm gonna even add to the analogy you said, where everything is synergetic. That's what a care plan is. Because it's not just a doctor on there, it's nutrition's on there, it's therapy on there. Everybody comes together to make that one synergetic, which is holistic care, and make sure you are good.
But the key word you saying is plan. So whatever you want to do, whether it's business, school, whatever you want to do. I got 2 degrees. I got an executive MBA after I finished in the NFL. Because I knew I wanted to get in business. You know what I mean? My father's a successful businessman. He does business in West Africa. I do business here in America. It's 2 different dynamics. You know, the things that sustain his success over there and things that sustain my success here are totally different.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to go get a new baseline of education and understanding of business for me to be successful. So again, my point to people who want to get into business or do anything for themselves, need to plan it out.
Real.
And the thing is we have AI, we have so much things that are readily available for us online that not knowing how is no longer an excuse.
Yeah, it's really not.
In
at
fact,
all.
if you saying I don't know how or I don't know after the age of 22, you full of shit. And this how I talk to my homeboys, this how I talk to my little brothers.
That's real.
You full of shit. Because if you go into your usage on your iPhone and you look at how much time you're on social media, some people average 8 hours a day on social media. So let's just assume, let's say if you took 4 of those hours and you put them into a book or you put them into some type of learning tool, how much dividends would that pay into your life?
Yeah.
A great deal, you know, but the average person is not really willing to make the sacrifice to invest in themselves.
And things they really want.
Yeah, and the dangerous part about the world we live in is I can be broke as fuck, but as long as I put the right shit on, I go stand around the right thing.
But you never lie, boy.
I post a picture on
You
social
never
media.
lie.
I put the right song. People gonna be like, "Oh, this nigga got motion." You know what I
never
mean?
lie, dog.
So that's one of the biggest things. And if you notice, I don't really post on social media.
At all whatsoever.
Yeah.
At all whatsoever.
Because I got to a point in time where I said, one, I'm tired of announcing my life to people. And two, I just don't really have the time.
Yeah.
I'm not in the business of making money on social media.
Facts.
Now, could I really grow my following to 100, 200K and just monetize social media? Yeah, but that's not my vibe.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't like sitting in front of a camera. It's actually weird to me.
Yeah.
Or every time I'm somewhere like recording shit is weird to me, you know?
Gotcha.
And then the other thing is, it's really two different Sams.
Yeah.
You know, it's the Sam you met and grew up with. The Sam that can come back to Duval and I can go to Elevation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
I can dress however,
Yeah.
but I can also go put on a suit and spend time, you know, speaking with top level executives.
That's real.
And that's not being fake. It's not.
No, that's versatile to me.
Yeah, it's versatility.
Yeah, it's versatility.
It's my
you gotta
favorite.
be able to walk in different rooms.
Yeah, it's my favorite character trait about.
Like being a black man, that's the biggest
Bro.
goal. I tell people all the time, I say, yeah, you can see me change like this, but I promise you I can walk into some medical seminar and rap with people that are doing the things and talk that language. And like just like when you brought up that and I was playing the care, like if I'm talking to somebody who don't really know, they like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, I can explain that.
Yeah.
So I'm big on being able to like switch it up and go into like you said, it ain't a fake thing. It's a can you do this? Like, I love that about me. I love that I can go here and what's up, y'all? And then I can go another setting and be like, how you doing? How you doing? Yes, sir. How you doing? You know,
Yeah.
It's where I'm, you know what I'm saying? So I love that. I love that.
It's so important because like I never leave myself behind.
Yeah.
You know, my homeboys, I still got homeboys that I just had a party in Temple. I had homeboys that came from Duval. You know what I mean?
So bad, man.
You make sure you at the next one.
I want it because I ain't missing the next one.
Nah, I'm gonna make sure you at the next one.
Yeah, I ain't missing the next one, man.
Nah, but it's like, you know, it's that level of versatility that you gotta have. And it's not level just versatility of presentation. It's having a versatile, you know, understanding and versatile, you know, perception. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I understand how niggas in the street think. I understand how business owners think. I understand how people who sit in higher education think.
Yeah, facts.
You know, and so you always I don't smoke. You know what I mean? I don't really drink, you know, unless I'm out for a business dinner or nothing like that. I ain't sitting at the house sipping.
Yeah.
Maybe some red wine if that.
Yeah.
But because I got to a point where I say I don't want my brain distorted. You know what I mean? And if I gotta go somewhere and I gotta be inebriated just to have a good time, then I don't really need to be there, or I need to check myself, you know what I mean? And so, you asked me what's next. I really believe in stay down till you come up.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna reference a situation I had in the NFL that I found out later, you know, why, and it kind of helps me understand, you know, how to handle yourself these days. So when I got cut from the Packers in year 4, I didn't know it was because I verbally supported Colin Kaepernick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so
that's crazy.
In theory, nobody could prove it. In theory. But if you look at the timeline in which things transpired, of course, that was contributory to
Which I'm
my
pretty
exit.
sure went for a lot of players in the league around that time.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot.
It went out, but we could find a reason to do it without saying it was because of that.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
It was contributory because if you look at my resume with Green Bay prior to that, there was no reason for them to release me before,
I was
my contract.
in the league Green Bay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand.
And I tweeted, I support Colin Kaepernick 100%.
Mm.
And this is when he first started. And so the owners, you see what type of issues that caused in the NFL. And so the owners, and even though I was a young guy, I was a leader in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Guys gravitated towards me. Guys, I had a voice, so guys would listen when I talked, right? So it was contributory, but my point is, had I played in 3 more games that year, they would have had to guarantee me $1.8 million the following year, right? And so you have to understand your leverage in a situation before you go doing certain shit.
Yeah.
So even now, when I look at my life, stay down till you come up.
Yeah.
Be fine stacking the chips.
Mm-hmm.
In football, 2-yard gain, 4-yard gain, and then a 7-yard gain is still a first down.
That's real.
Too many niggas out here trying to go for the 15-yard gain.
That's real, dog. I love that analogy, dog.
Yeah,
so
too many
real.
niggas trying to go for the. That's why you see niggas scamming.
Yeah.
That's why you see niggas selling dope.
Yeah.
That's why you see niggas trying to hit licks or, bro, I'm not into any of that. I'm fine getting the 3-yard gains, dog. I'm fine getting the 4-yard gain.
Yeah.
I'm fine coming in Jacksonville for a week, knock out this little play, flying to Missouri. And, I'm fine with that, And I have a beautiful life. I got beautiful children. I got beautiful family. I got friends who support me. I got, friends I need to support. I got different initiatives that I'm a part of. My business, I'm in the crane rental industry.
Yeah,
heavy machinery. And so our focus is on infrastructure development.
Yeah.
So we do airports, bridges, stadiums, high rises, and things like that.
Yeah.
So right now we're helping with some of the storm repair in North Carolina.
Okay.
In Georgia.
Yeah.
Down in West Florida. We're currently building a project over at Orlando International Airport.
Okay.
We're doing some stuff down in St. Petersburg. We got 2 stadium projects coming up. It's only 2 main ones in the state of Florida, so I'm not going. I ain't got the contracts yet, so but we looking good for those.
You gonna get them?
Yeah. It's only 2 in the state of Florida that's about to happen next year, and so one of them sit here near and dear to our heart. So that one, we got 2 other major projects starting in 2025 in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Okay.
And so continuing to grow and scale my business, get it to 8 figures.
Yeah.
We're not far away from that. Like I said, helping former players find their career in construction is an ongoing thing. So that it's not only next, it's forever.
Forever, real.
Because as so long as guys are leaving the game, they need people who can advocate for them and not just see them as, oh, bro, you ain't nothing because you fell off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you ain't getting that paper no more. So,
yeah.
I also spend a lot of time in Africa. I encourage you, any other black person, any person, period.
Yeah.
But black people, because I'm here speaking about the culture.
Yeah.
I encourage you to go. You gotta think. You can go do yourself a 10-day trip in Africa, really well for $4,000. That's flying premium economy, good hotel. Spent really $4,000-5,000. You can do it. And if we just think about what we blow $4,000-5,000 on in a year, silliness. But going to Africa, it'll do something for your spirit.
Okay.
It'll do something for your spirit, for your mindset. When you come back to the city, you seeing things differently, you talking differently.
I gotta put that on the plan, man. I got to.
You come, I'll take care of your living arrangements. Just get there. So I done said that in front of how many? I know you got hella followers and viewers.
Yeah, heard it.
You got about 500K.
You heard it. My boy said, make it out there, we good.
Yeah. Get there.
Say less.
Yeah. Because
say less.
It's an experience that every black person gotta have. And I can't really put it in words. You just have to go and you gotta have
We
that.
slide, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing my engineer in the back because he got to shoot it all. That's gonna be the best boat talk.
Yeah, you do it.
Back to
and we can run
the basics.
Yeah, we can run it back and do an episode out there. You know,
I would love that.
But just more of what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? And partnerships and figuring how to continue to just impact the world. So
I just want to say, dog, love hearing you say that, man. I pray that, man, all the good, man, because it's in my spirit right now, but I really pray that all the things you looking for, man, you get out of life, man.
I appreciate it.
For real, friend. And anyway, because a lot of people don't like to offer that, but when I tell you, any way I can be a vessel to you,
yeah,
and even with my platform, whatever it is, I feel and that I want to tell you that, like, wherever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, when you meet certain people in your life, you know what I'm saying, they got different things, and like I said, especially, and like I said, it's big on even like, not assuming like, oh, well, Sam went out there, he too big. Now, like, no, reach out to these people. Like, you never, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am too big, though.
You are big. Yeah,
I am big. I'm not going to cap.
And you know what's so crazy? And in that same sense, not to short you, but let me not even short my motherfucking self.
Yeah,
you
straight up.
No, like, even in my same sense, let me not short my motherfucking self.
Bro, I'm too big for a lot of shit. I'm too big for bullshit.
I appreciate
no cap.
That. I love that.
It's certain things, bro, that I do not deal with, bro.
Yeah.
It's certain people I don't deal with.
Yeah.
It's certain places that I don't lend my time. I'm not gonna apologize for that.
Yeah.
Because while this group may not understand me,
yeah,
I have a very large population of people who do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for me, even when I was younger, I never really cared about being the cool guy.
Yeah.
Consequently, in most circumstances, I was.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my focus.
Yeah.
And young folks need to embrace that. Don't worry about how people look at you.
At that age.
Yeah, I'm not saying be an asshole.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Your reputation is important,
big,
and I care. I am prideful about my reputation. But my point is, bro, just go do you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody got to check themselves on social media because it's a huge distraction. Huge distraction.
Man, to be honest, bro, this conversation itself probably didn't change me for a good look, my life for the better. Even though, like, you know what I'm saying, you're always looking for, I'm big on that. I'm always looking for, like, I don't care what I got going on. If I'm hearing somebody like that and they speaking that life, I'm hearing it like, okay, I can apply this to my life. I don't care what I got going on. And regardless of where I can apply that to my life because I need to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so I appreciate that.
But what I realized, bro, is niggas can have homeboys, but it's like, what kind of homeboys you got?
Facts.
If we just linking up, going to get wings and drinking and shit and popping out, or it's like, can I really come to you for counsel?
Yeah.
And count on you to give me some wisdom that will help me in my journey.
Yeah.
I'm part of a group in Orlando. I think it's 56 of us. It's called a collective. All men with just, who got shit going on, families, businesses, who are part of the community, politicians, bankers, lawyers, right? And so at any given time, I can reach into that group for counsel.
Yeah.
So I got people who is like, if you see me doing some silly shit and you don't check me, then something's wrong with you.
Facts.
And if I see you doing something silly and I can't check you, this shit about over with.
Facts. What we friends for?
For sure.
Facts. What we friends for?
Yeah. Because if you my homie and I can't really come tell you that you doing something to bring your own demise, then we not really homies.
Man, we ain't even friends for real.
Nah, for real.
That's
you know? And so it's important to have these type of relationships, and my hope is that it continues after this.
Facts, definitely.
Because that's what we need in black. Like, for example, I know this ain't a political platform, but I'm gonna just tell you, if a black man were to come to me and tell me that he's voting for Donald Trump, and we friends, that friendship, I don't know if I could really continue it. If you say that you right now, if it was another Caucasian male who was the other candidate, that's two different.
Yeah.
But we looking at a black woman, okay, and we looking at a Caucasian male, okay. A Caucasian male can't change the experience for a black man in America.
That's real.
It's not happening. If there are black men who are looking for Donald Trump to change their experience in America, look no further. Okay? That's not part of their agenda. Now, there are going to be some things from a policy standpoint that will incrementally change the experience, but overall, it's not happening. A lot of people like to talk about Kamala's work as a prosecutor. She was just doing her job. So what, you gonna call the principal at your school? Oh, he flawed too? Nah, it's the principal. They gotta do their job. Just don't be on the list of people they gotta do it too. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Just don't be on the list.
That's real.
You know? But as long as you're doing what you gotta do in the community, you know, you shouldn't be part of that group. Me personally, and I don't mind putting this on wax, as a black man, right, I can't see myself looking past Kamala Harris for Donald Trump. Now, consequently, there's gonna be some things that, you know, that he claims that he's gonna put in place from a policy standpoint that may impact me, but I don't believe that the president of the country changes how my life is on a daily basis so substantially that I should ignore morals. Okay? And so for me, morally, I'm going to support a black woman who has championed black men since the beginning of time.
From a black woman.
Amen. You know what I mean?
Like, that'd be crazy.
But this is some of the conversations I'm having with my homeboys. You'll hear dogs talk about, well, I'm doing it from a tax reason. First thing I'm gonna ask was, how much money you make? Yeah, because unless you're in that top bracket, it really don't impact you. You know what I mean?
Real.
You know,
on what he's pushing for, it don't impact you.
Yeah. And so I'm truly not really into politics too heavily, but there's some things that, you know, obviously I have a daughter, you know, and so some things that are going on with women's rights that I'm gonna have an opinion on. But I say all that to say, you know, it's important for us black men to have these conversations with each other, because we all going through the same shit.
Definitely.
We all going through the same shit, you know, and you see guys fall deeper into that hole when they think they're alone. Whole time they homeboy dealing with it too, but he's just dealing with it in silence, you know?
That's real.
And so if anything, you know, I care to be a source of counsel, a source of comfort, and just guidance for my brothers, and seek the same thing for men who've been to places I want to go, like my dad. You know what I mean? Whenever I got something, I go to, what you think about this? And he'll give me a one line, but it's like, he'll give me one sentence, and that's it. He either say, no, okay, good one, you need to think about it. And that's it. That's all I need. I can do what I need to do with that. And I just think, again, the biggest thing that black men need is each other.
I go for that, dog.
It ain't vote. Voting is important. Everybody needs to go vote. But the biggest thing that black men need is we need one another. I didn't come do this for any other thing but to come support you.
I appreciate that, man.
You know? So
Man, I know the time is limited, man.
Nah, we got time.
We gonna have to do, when you come, we really gonna have to wrap it up. Like, we're gonna have to come do this again, man, because I can sit and talk to you for like hours, dog.
We can run
Even
it
the
back,
game,
man.
I love the game you giving, dog. I hate to have to cut the people short, but hey, y'all gonna have to pay for this, man. Cause y'all gonna have to pay for this, man.
Yeah,
But
man.
I thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you. All love.
For sure.
Love you, bro. Love everything you're doing.
Love
Love
you
the
too.
family. Just, man, as a black man, I love you, dog.
Appreciate you.
Love
Love you
dog.
too, homie. Yeah.
And on that, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm gonna zoom in real quick. I'm gonna try to get this episode out to as many high school coaches as I can, man, because the game given today, y'all boys need it, man. And we talking about somebody who done been there, did it, lived it, and going where y'all trying to go, man. And like I said, even outside of football is even showing y'all. So I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with me, man. I love y'all, man. And till next time, man. Love y'all, man. Checking out, man. Thank you.
DJ Sticker.